Hi everyone. Today I have with me the Longines Heritage Telemeter Chronograph, which was one of those blink and you'll miss it releases back in 2012 to mark the company's 180-year anniversary. Longines is one of the few watch companies around today that can boast such a long and rich history, and as such has a vast historical back catalogue of designs to draw inspiration from. Its heritage collection has been part of its standard range long before the historical reissues and retro craze that took over the Swiss watch industry a few years back. Undoubtedly, the Longines Legend Diver is the most popular and well-known watch from the heritage collection, while the other heritage pieces, like the one I have today, somewhat flies under the radar. When I first stumbled on pictures on the internet for this one, I was intrigued as it had so many elements of a watch that I was looking for at the time. Something a bit dressy and classic, but with a vintage-inspired design that was a bit more out of the ordinary, but not going fully vintage with the fragileness and potential servicing costs attached to it. Also, I am and still a very big fan of the spiral tachymeters, which I know are quite divisive in the watch community. But I could find relatively little on the internet about it except for one short review by a blog to watch, and that at the time it was already out of production. The one or two examples I could find for sale were offered at exorbitant prices. So fast forward a few years later, when I wasn't actually looking for the watch, I happened to find one listed in great condition with box and papers at a reasonable price, which I snapped up immediately. They say waiting makes the heart grow fonder, and it's certainly been the case. The complicated looking dial is very much a vintage-inspired piece, with the inner spiral tachymeter in the middle, the railroad track subdials, and the high contrast of black and red against the white lacquered dial, finished off with blue Breguet hands. It looks complicated without being too cluttered or overwhelmingly hard to read. The glossy lacquered face mimics the look of the enamel dial often found in luxury dress watches at higher price points. The blued hands are also a nice touch, changing from black to blue under different angles of light. It features the well-regarded Longines column wheel chronograph movement, the L688, with a 54-hour power reserve. While it's a nice movement, it doesn't quite fit with the heritage look and feel, coming in at a hefty 14mm thick, as you can see here. Coupled with a dial that's 41mm in diameter, it comes quite hefty and it's more of a very modern proportion. It's quite a small compromise, but it would not fit well under shirt cuffs and maybe smaller wrists. Overall though, I'm very impressed with this heritage piece. It's a good example of the chronographs of yesteryear, coupled with a reliable modern workhorse movement that will no doubt be easily serviceable in the years to come. Longines has done very well in its heritage range, combining affordability and access to vintage designs, while removing the negatives of owning a vintage piece, such as parts and servicing and unknown watch history. Plus, they are usually more fragile to handle, which might lead you to wear it less than you would a modern watch. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for future content. Lastly, here's a shot on the wrist, an example of the blued hands and the AR coating. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for future content.